next time you find yourself at JFK, make your way over to Terminal 5 and step back in time by visiting the TWA Flight Center. The TWA Flight Center has been reimagined. It now has restaurants, bars, retail outlets, and 2 hotel wings where, if you have enough time, you can stay. If not, you can still visit the Flight Center. It's free and should not be missed.
On her TWA flight, first stop, Howard Hughes' office. How was the flight?
Even though we had been on a red-eye flight all night long and it was only a little after 7 a.m. when we got off the plane, we made our way straight over here, so we had plenty of time to see it. The Flight Center is located in between the 2 hotel wings, and it really is a treat for the eyes. If you're like me and you love all things mid-century modern, you're going to love this. An actual airplane, the Constellation, has been converted into a cocktail lounge. Unfortunately, the Connie was not open at 7 in the morning. So there is not only the museum, which has to do with the TWA jet age, there are plenty of other things to look at, become engaged in other words, interactive displays. Check out this one, so cute. And there are tons of photos and narratives and things to keep you busy if you just have maybe a couple of hours in between your flights. Renee and I were really impressed. No detail has been overlooked. Not to mention, the music that's constantly playing really sets the mood for the whole experience. So when is the last time you saw one of these? And if you do remember what these are, 10 cents? Hey, here's another freebie. This was a lot of fun, and we walked away with great photos.
Yes.
And speaking of photos, in addition to all of the museum exhibits, there are tons of photo ops, things that have been set up really just to make the perfect photo. When we first arrived, the gift shop was not open, but it did open a couple of hours later, so we were able to take a quick peek before we headed out and started our New York City adventure. People were utilizing this space just to check their email. And the pool was not open. That doesn't have anything to do with the time. It has to do with the temperature being 20 degrees outside. Because it was so early in the morning, the restaurants and the sunken lounge was closed, but there is an area where you can pick up some other food. But Renee and I were really there for the museum. Make sure you don't miss upstairs. The second floor is where you're going to see all of the uniforms worn by the flight attendants and the pilots, as well as pieces of luggage with items that you probably would have packed in 1962. I was blown away by how many famous designers actually were designing flight attendant uniforms back in the day. The New York Historical Society was hired to curate this collection, and they really did a bang-up job. There are over 2,000 authentic artifacts, not to mention those interactive displays that I was showing you earlier. Also, on the other side from where I'm standing, there are several areas where you can sit and just relax in between flights or take a break, in addition to all of that seating downstairs. So there are plenty of places to take this all in and enjoy the ambiance. Whether you are a fan of fashion, aeronautics, mid-century modern, or you just need a break from the regular old airport, the TWA Flight Center is the place to visit. It is well worth your time, and I could say your money, but you're not going to spend any money, so yeah, that too. And don't forget, if you're there in the evening, you can go visit Connie, the cocktail lounge. You may want to make a reservation because the Connie only seats 75 people at a time. And even if the restaurants are not open, the food hall, this little courtyard area, has plenty of things to pick from just to get a quick pick-me-up. And these are the original counters where you would check in for your flight. Now you'll see them when you check into the hotel. Another area where you can just relax, and all along the walls, so many photos of famous people that have flown the TWA airlines. I'm so glad you were able to join me this week and check this out. This is a must-do on your way into New York City, especially if you're going to JFK. And remember, this is a hotel with over 500 rooms. So if you're just looking for a really fun weekend or a quick little getaway, I think this is the place. Don't forget to share this video and give it a thumbs up if you like it. And also, let me know in the comments if you've reeled back in time. See you next week.